The final.
Sorry, you're on now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Budleigh Salterton Croquet Club for finals day. The big day, the business end of the European Championships 2025. I'm Richard Gardner. I'm joined by Pat Coulter on a glorious sunny morning.
Yes, well, welcome everybody. As I say, it's hotter than yesterday. Sun is quite high, so the shadows are short. Anyone who heard us go on about shadows yesterday will understand that. They've just started. They're running to Hoop 1. They're run primaries, which is good news. And Ewan looks like he's just about to run Hoop 1.
So it looks like
He's just
not quite through.
in the jaw. So he's obviously, that's a tactical move, I suspect. Do you?
I don't know. It was not by the look on his face.
Oh, really?
But I don't think he'll be disappointed with it. So this semi-final we're covering is Ewan Burridge and Stephen Mulliner. Stephen's getting a chance to flex his jumping muscles straight away, but looks to have just missed that one. He's unlikely to be able to get that out from the angle he's at. Ewan's even checking it for him just to give him some guidance. So he's just put an insurance policy in there.
Yes, because it would come out at right angles from the shot.
Yeah. It's unlikely to come far. I can't see Stephen even trying this, can you?
No.
Percentages this early in the game?
Yeah. We had the advantage yesterday of Stephen coming into the commentary box, and
Yeah.
he was quite clear that you've got to think the game through
Yeah.
and do
Ewan's-
all the calculations. So Ewan looks like he's got a straight
Yes.
run through all the way down. It's got a nice weight, and it's going all the way down to hoop 2, and he's short by about 3.5 feet, I thought.
Beautiful. Yeah, maybe not even that, but that's beautiful.
Yeah.
A real textbook start for Ewan.
So already Richard and I are in perfect harmony. I think it's 3.5 feet, he thinks it's 3. It could be our eyesight, of course, and camera angle, but hey ho. Stephen's had to play from being offside, so he's coming in, and he's made a very nice position just behind blue, it looks like. He hasn't quite hampered Ewan. And Ewan's coming down from behind hoop 1 and hasn't put much weight on it, so he's obviously trying to make sure that the black has got a shot, irrespective of whatever Stephen does with the yellow, which will probably be a firm hit, I would imagine. And it was a firm hit straight through and missed, and gone wide. So we can expect, I think, Ewan to try and run this.
Yeah, so
He's obviously just waiting to see where yellow
the
is.
thing is, he can't. Yeah, he doesn't look too hampered. He is a little hampered, but it shouldn't bother him. Yeah, really good start from Ewan. Solid start.
So we're just getting a little bit of external noise there. So it's very warm here already, and we're east facing, so the sun is belting through already. So it's very nice, but hence the door and the windows open, hence why we're picking up a bit of noise. Let us know if that's causing you a problem, will you? Can we just double check with any viewers that the sound is okay, please? And as I say, during the day we'll endeavour to respond to chats in the live stream. There's an awful lot going on. so complicated it does our head in. So we're focusing on
What we can
we're
see.
focusing on what we can see, which is lawn 7, which is the lawn that they're playing on, and then the final, the other semi-final later, which is going to be on lawn 5, and then obviously we'll concentrate on the final. So in the meantime, if we cut to other games when this one's finished, we'll let you know so you can follow. But as I say, the best way to do it is on Croquet Scores, and you can work out the structures of shields, plate shields, bowls. And good luck. You'll enjoy doing that. And we were briefed by the tournament manager, Louise Smith, today to do an absolutely sterling job. Yesterday was a very complicated juggling, 32 players and qualifying for the various elements of the tournament, and seedings and everything like that follows. It was a bit of a nightmare, so I think the paella at the end of the evening was well needed.
It's very well
deserved.
very welcome. So you are now getting an opportunity to try and jump for a 3-0 lead. Yeah, straight through. Really nice jump. He'll be really happy with this start. The problem then for Stephen is that Ewan, when he's on a roll, is hard to stop.
That looks a good length, doesn't it?
Yeah. A couple of yards or so short, but really good line and length. So Ewan choosing not to try and disturb yellow too much, may have even been, wow, that's going to give Stephen something to think about if nothing else. Yeah, forcing the jump, so good, it's forced the jump from Stephen again now.
And he's not resting. I mean, no, it's going to be a long day, but this is, quite critical. Take your time, work it out, and as you can see, good shot from behind there. Excellent camera work. Delighted to see. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't a jump.
No, it wasn't. No, it was the way he shaped up to beforehand. I thought it might be, but as soon as we saw that behind shot, it's,
if you hear any strange noises, we've got the smallest of spiders decided to join the microphone. Not sure how excited it is really, because it's between the monitor and that, but it's quite entertaining. Back to all things croquet. This is a best of 3 semi-final, of course. So it won't be a quick game. Well, it could be fast, but it won't be quick. There's potentially three games to get through.
Is the spider on the web?
Yes, it's
Like
not
live on the web.
Got our technical director trying to crack a joke, which was sort of amusing. The attempt was amusing, the joke wasn't. I think he's trying to put us off. He knows it's the first time that Richard and I have done commentary, but personally and together. So do please bear with us. I mean, we're not trying to give you light relief. We're trying to help you enjoy the experience of our live stream from Budleigh from the Euros.
so it's a job to see whether Stephen can see blue here, but I imagine if he could, he's going to try and clear blue. It's obviously close because he's. Yeah, that's a good shot. So red's in quite a strong position, runnable, and it's going to have to force some sort of clearance here from Ewan.
just had a message on my phone to tell me that the Euros from Budleigh is live. Sincerely hope so.
A bit of a relief, really.
Right, so we got some nice messages already coming in from Andy Jones saying good morning and all sounding good. Technical guys, that's
Good, thank you.
Have a fun day. Might be a long day. Yesterday was a long day. We finished around about 8 o'clock, so that's good. And I've got a French greeting, which is always very nice, from Ayami Rana. I hope I pronounced that right, or Renard. So thank you for that. It's always nice to hear from you. We've got 34 watching us, not working. I hope it's not watching us. I hope we're not making it hard work for you.
So just while they're going through the rotations at 5, just to remind you that the other semi-final that's on at the moment is Jack Good playing Aston Wade. And they're just about to start by the looks of it. I can just see over. We can't cover that one. It's on lawn 5, which is a shame. But we're saving, both the semis are being played on alternative lawns, apart from the one obviously that the final is going to be on, which is lawn 6.
As per tournament regs, etc. So the lawns were all mowed this morning. That was just to make sure they're pristine and running well. We hope they are. And obviously that meant that their hoops were, well, always reset to make sure that they're set correctly at 132, which in simple terms means very narrow. And it was interesting talking to Stephen Mulliner yesterday. Those of you who didn't join us yesterday, yes, he popped into our commentary booth here with us, and he was talking about a variety of things. And he actually did very good technical commentary. We were I was going to say impressed. He sort of put us to shame really, but it was very good, a good balance. But he was talking about the quadway hoops, which are the hoops that we're using, and we were a bit suspicious or cautious about how we described them, and he was saying he thought they were fine, but then he's a good player. He knows how to play shots and the weight, etc., to put on each individual shot.
Nice clearance
That
from
was
you.
a nice clear, yes.
Good control, stays with the black in a good position. You can see that blue's going to be taking a holiday here. Oh no, checking.
Ewan's looking very relaxed at the moment, so much so he's off having a look at one of the other games on the on the side. And it's a tight community, isn't it, particularly with the younger players.
Yeah. Sorry, I got my ball order wrong there. I was not concentrating.
Right, so
yes.
yellow to play from the boundary,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Let's check the hoop, so one assumes that's what he's trying to do.
And as you can see, the cameraman has the advantage of some shade at the moment. Later it'll get hot, which is why we're obviously rotating operators. We're all volunteers doing this. There's green shirts, green Budleigh shirts, trying to make us stand out, or at least be the people to go to for help.
Ewan's run the hoop.
Ran the hoop, but he hit the centre peg.
Yeah.
So, 3-1, which gives Stephen a very good opportunity to get in front. So he's gone past it to the left deliberately because he didn't want blue to have a double target, I think.
Maybe. Yep.
So So that looks...
A decision now for Ewan, but doesn't tend to mess about.
Yeah.
Probably the way he's feeling, he's probably going to take the hoop on.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
And
And as you can see, he is full of confidence this morning, but in going for it. But it was unlucky.
so Stephen might be trying to block black from both the hoop and yellow by trying to get close to him, but it looks as though he's focused more on protecting yellow than the hoop. Forcing Ewan's hand maybe to go for the hoop.
Yeah. Yes, he wasn't worried where blue was.
No, and in fact he was blocked enough. I couldn't see from my angle, but he was obviously blocked enough to force the jump. So.
And it was a jump.
Yeah.
Yes, nice, smooth,
Yeah.
unflustered.
So 4-2 now to Ewan, and blue is onside, so that's good. And it looks as though black is actually onside as well. So you think he's probably overcooked that slightly, but he's still got the opportunity to put a good black in and use blue to clear. Stephen will probably go deep here. Oh, actually tried to clear. So Stephen was unlucky with the clearance where he pushed Ewan straight, pushed blue straight. So he's still got a decent hoop running opportunity with that. He's now looking what he's going to do with that. Now is he looking for position and potentially a block? Certainly what he's tried. Yeah, squeezed that through nicely. So taking now a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, someone's confident, aren't they?
Difficulty from hoop runs from that distance. It's hard to run them up to the next hoop. So you lose some of the advantage of running the hoop on a odd numbered hoop from that distance.
Yesterday we were seeing the players check their hoops before they're running, but that tended to be at the end of the day when they've been bashed all day, so they can be firmed up as the day goes on. There's someone on call all day to help either with adjustments or just to do that.
It's a lovely approach from Stephen there. 2-8.
Well, that was close, straight for it, wasn't it? That was quite impressive. And that was quite a whack onto the
indeed.
Onto the head.
So,
but he'd taken the view that both red and yellow
were in front,
were in control of that hoop, so he had to really go for it.
And it only just failed.
And he might have had a double target of yellow as well, but it was very close. And you can see this looks a straight shot, and there's a nice side, and look at that nice action. Lovely and smooth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's only just whistling past.
It was actually coming right towards us on the commentary box here, so we could see that it always just set out a little bit too far from his right, our left. So Stephen looking to
Now there we go.
There's a
He's checking the hoop. That's part of a routine, I suspect, as much as a
Yeah,
need.
been caught out too many times, I suspect. From
Yeah, well, possibly, but he might just think of its way of settling in. There
Yeah.
you go. Look, no hassle. Would that we could be as smooth as that. We might think our commentary's as smooth as that, but our shots definitely are not. Only joking.
Yeah, Ewan's not going to be unhappy with that because he's first to 9.
Yeah, and that's a good. And he's more or less square, isn't he?
Yeah. Of course, Stephen is also quite close to 9 because of his clearance.
And that's just a
Yeah,
little
so-
touch.
Just skimmed off that, but you'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Nice weight there from Ewan.
Yeah. So he
Definitely
wasn't really looking to block. He was just getting the second one in.
Yeah.
Pick up. Again, it's good to see a shot from behind. You can see the smooth action. They've both got different styles, but they are consistent when you see the swing. The swing is always rocks steady. I mean, Ewan is a bit quick onto that, I thought,
Yeah,
playing
but
that
it's,
shot. He didn't
he's
hang
quite-
about.
No, but he's quite happy with that, I'd imagine. He doesn't want his two balls too close together, so they
That's
can both
true.
be cleared at the
Okay.
same time.
Yeah.
They're both, he's in control of the hoop.
Oh, yeah. And
Just missed to the right.
whoa!
So
I'm glad to see that fag paper still exists for other players. As well as
so
me.
Ewan's paced that nicely
Yeah.
over halfway down.
Yeah, he's quite short. Oh, well, it's not. It's just over halfway, probably 1/3 past halfway. So that gives Stephen the chance to get down
Yeah, but it's-
into a better position, but then he's going to be vulnerable. to
yeah,
clearance.
Ewan's close enough to be able to control with the
Yeah.
clearance there.
Yeah, so his clearance, that's a vulnerable ball, isn't it?
Yeah,
And here comes the black, which is...
probably a little bit longer than he was. Oh, no, he's
that's
fine with that.
okay.
Yeah, he's happy with that, I should imagine.
I should imagine if he's able to. So Stephen has a choice here, and as we're looking at it from this angle, you can see. Well, we've changed the angle, but if we have that angle back that we had a minute ago. Thank you, and you can see we're straight onto the hoop, and we can see what he's trying to do. And that looked like the hoop, but it's drifted off,
Yeah.
as you can see.
So you'd think Ewan is now going to clear red.
You'd have thought so. And that's because black is in such a
Such a good
strong
position.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and
Yeah.
he wasn't being greedy there, but he'd have
No.
taken it with
Yeah.
So
The problem is that he could only clear red.
red's on the boundary.
Yeah, probably
On
8,
the
9,
boundary.
10 yards. But
So red's going to come whistling in. Here we are. Good shot. Thank you, guys.
and that's quite a bad miss. He
Yeah.
didn't
You see the body.
didn't seem to go through his routine there.
No. Body language is a bit
Mm.
quick, wasn't it?
So Ewan for first blood in this match.
No.
No.
Yeah, that was a surprise, wasn't it?
Pressure gets to us all, Pat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we don't commentate on every second. Seriously, guys, we're deliberately not commenting on every shot, every second, every technical aspect, just really to give you the enjoyment of watching. it's nice just to sit back and do it, and we'll join in when we see what we see as critical shots or interesting shots.
I see Jamie Birch has commented on the chat. Thanks, Jamie. Hi. And also Francisco Gonzalez with a big arm flex.
Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out, Francisco.
So here we
Oh,
go.
and I didn't see Lewis as well. Lewis Alvarez Sala as well.
Yeah, we're having a few things happening. It's nice, isn't it? Nice to have some contact. So here we got rotation, and Ewan is making sure that he's protected from the yellow, and Stephen's going to take up a position. Black is over this boundary near us, near the. Obviously, it's going to whistle in a moment, and he's just taking a position.
Yeah, quite deep. Just trying to prevent
So I
clearance.
Yes, yellow can see blue, so
Yeah.
he's having to take, even though it's a short boundary over there, he has to take it because of red is vulnerable at the moment, and as you can see from this angle, red has a shot. Tight one, but it's a shot, isn't it? And at this stage of the game, I assume Stephen would be looking to take it. If
I would have thought so, because even if it only dribbles through, being an even hoop, hasn't got to worry about getting down to the next hoop.
No, it's gone.
It's just that chance is no longer there. Just clocked up 50 watching now, so
All right. Yeah.
welcome everyone.
Welcome.
So what's Ewan feeling like now?
Yeah.
He's feeling like Ewan, that's what he's feeling like.
Who said he was on fire yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't.
He hasn't cooled down, haven't he?
Well, that's the first game, so they'll be going over to the corner and started just collecting up the pegs. I heard this morning, which is quite interesting, that Jack Good's local pub was live streaming from here all day.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't repay that loyalty by filming him where he's playing at the moment, which is over on
it's
5,
shame.
which is a
But,
shame.
But we'll try and keep you posted. But it was nice. It was nice to hear. It's nice to hear that people were able to have beer. We managed it in the evening, by the way. I think anyone who was here heard us muttering.
Yep. So while they're just resetting on 7, we're just going to swing over quickly onto 5, just to get a glimpse of Jack and Aston. Aston Wade and Jack Good battling it out. At the moment, Jack is 2-0 up in the first game.
2-1. Just
Oh,
changed.
2-1, just changed.
Oh, dynamic commentating. You can
So
see
it's-
it's away. Lawn 6, which is the one immediately in front of the screen, is the one outside of our commentary box, which is where our camera will be focused. So they're on lawn 5
Yeah.
down there. So it's good to see. So you just have to mention Jack's local pub.
Yeah, and there you get him.
Give a shout out to that, and well done to the landlord for allowing the streaming.
Mind you, be well, doing well to be open at 9 minutes past 10 this morning.
Well, that's true. well, pass on the message to him. Oh, now, come on, Greg, asking a technical question about what is the lawn speed. Quick! Quick, and it'll get quicker. Because it's hot. And the lawns were cut this morning, so they're all fresh. So I think there was little or no dew, so it's all cleared off, so it's nice and...
Yeah, I don't think we've got...
I think we gave with not all the lawns, the final lawns were cut, but the others we're all pretty good. Right, we're now heading back to our
second game of the
final, and Stephen obviously started.
And with a good position. Ewan's followed up with the black. You would think that Ewan's going to have to try and take a pop at red with the blue. And Stephen's doing his best by the looks of it to prevent that. I would imagine it's open looking at that.
So yellow's coming in for a good position. Not sure whether that was an attempt at a block or not. It's difficult to say, but it's slightly off, so he definitely wanted to protect the yellow.
Oh,
Whoa!
missed by a whisker.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it crack against the board? It was a stonking shot.
Right, so Stephen looking to respond
Capitalise
quickly.
on that, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lovely shot, and it's gone most of the way down, has it?
Gone past, I think.
It's in parallel to it. It's about a foot to the out, so it's wide by about 4 foot, and it's about a foot back from the hoop. So it's not. So it's in front, but not a good angle. Good defensive position, but that wasn't what he wanted. So Ewan has gone for a wide position, far out, so that Stephen doesn't think about going for him with the red. And he's using the yellow to get in the way or hamper black in terms of the next shot. So blue's in, causing Stephen a headache. So this will be good, because yesterday he was explaining how you had to think about which shot to go for. So here's an example of him assessing the danger and dealing with it, which you might have expected him to go for black, but black was so far out. He wouldn't have ended up in a good position. So he's held it for red, which is pretty good, really. And we shall see what happens now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we saw what happened now. That was another on fire shot. And of course the power helps you get through those hoops. And with the follow through, the top spin catches up, and it offsets the nature of those hoops, which tend to deaden you, kill you, if you hit it too soft and push you out. So there we go. So Ewan's come back into a good position. Stephen's yellow's good, but that sure looks like a jump position for blue, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, trouble is he won't get a chance if black's got to try and clear yellow, really.
Oh.
Yeah. So good and bad there, really, because he could now clear both if it was a good shot here. And he's missed both, unfortunately, so Stephen's got a good opportunity with yellow here, but should he miss, Ewan's got that. It's a bit of pressure on the shot. Stephen will really be looking to capitalise on here and get down to hoop 4 as well.
Yep.
Yeah, looking a bit disappointed there. So
They were telling us yesterday that sort of when you're not smooth on your swing, so he'd sort of put in hesitancy into his swing.
Yeah.
That's obviously is what he would have said.
yeah,
Following on from what he said to us yesterday, quite interesting. Nice to have a chat with him. So Ewan's been able to get a very good position with his blue.
I want to put a second one in because he knows that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit wide.
and long.
Could
So,
be a plan.
Could be. Yeah.
Oh, nice clearance.
So maybe that is the plan then, because he looks so he can promote black quite nicely here. But then has he got to deal with
Red, yes.
red really?
Yes, it does look like a
Yeah,
nice
he's
shot.
trying.
Very nice.
So forcing Stephen to work hard for his hoops here. The jump shot. Is he weighing up other options? So it looks to
like
be
a jump.
shaping up for a jump. Yeah, beautifully
lovely
taken.
shot.
Nice control. Good lesson there to learn. Is that jump shots don't have to be hard.
Or high.
No.
That was excellent. And we had a good angle to see it. I mean, it was just so smooth. So they're all, this is all about positioning. So
Yeah.
that looks like, was it blue he's going to go for?
Well,
Looks like he has to,
so,
doesn't he?
well, you can only see black. I think black can see. Yeah,
Yeah, nice shot again.
and actually red's down in front of 6 as well. So
No, something's off the boundary. Oh no, he's not off the boundary. He went down to see where it was, but red's almost sitting on the. Wanted to check if it's a runnable
black
position.
missed it yellow.
So he wanted to know if it's a runnable position.
So this will put Stephen in a really strong position now, with a run here and red down by 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yellow joining it as well.
Yeah, a bit far, but he's not worried.
No, he won't be worried about that.
So Ewan's got a challenge here. He's
Yeah.
almost. Well, he might go for the hoop. I know he's just going for position because he thinks that all Stephen
Can do
could
his
do is
jaws.
put it in the jaws. So this is thoughtful. He's just double checking where black is in terms of the boundary. So he's just laying up slightly at an angle, as you can see, and that's deliberate because he's as concerned about black on the boundary as anything. This shows you this is a game of patience, isn't it?
Yeah.
You think you got a great position, but you haven't. But it could all change. Now, Stephen possibly is considering taking on blue. It does look like he might be. Or not, I don't know. Let's see if we get it right. Think he'd take on blue from there?
Well, I think he thinks that Ewan was going to take on the hoop from there, that's for sure. Yeah, gone with pace at blue, very nice.
Another nice shot.
Yeah.
And actually that's quite an interesting line because it may be that the blue is blocked by black. Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. We'll find out in a second. Incoming.
Big swing happening here. Oh, he's cleared red at least.
He cleared red.
Second
With a
prize.
jump.
Second prize.
That was it.
I think he thinks it was dead on line.
It was an excellent shot.
It's not often that you clear a red from that distance, and I'm really disappointed.
Absolutely. Just shows you he's looking to do a jump hop shot, I think, don't you?
Yeah, bouncing. Yeah,
A bouncing ball.
and he's got it in.
He's not afraid, is he?
No, but on reflection, he's got to be happy with that.
Oh, and he's in the jaws now. That's interesting, isn't it? And blue's on the boundary, so that's in a good protection. So that limits Stephen's options for pushing behind, or pushing red behind. Because what he might be thinking of doing is nudging red forward.
Well, red's still in a jumping position, isn't it? So
yeah. He just wanted to limit. No, Ewan's just gone for position for the next hoop. So there we go.
he's saying jump it if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out again. Again, watch the technique.
No, quite off to the right.
No. And I think that would have landed on the black as well. Looked at
Yeah, distance-wise.
distance-wise.
So Ewan's done well to win 6 because you wouldn't have put him as favourite at 6
No.
after.
You'll be happy with that. So Greg Fletcher's very impressed by the jumping shots of Ewan. We are too. They were pretty impressive, taking them on, both in terms of distance and power. Nothing tentative there. He's less happy about that shot though.
Stephen trying to protect red. And looks pretty good. So Ewan's gone down the shaft and looks to be trying to jump yellow to clear red. Oh, clears his own ball.
Oh, there. Red's sitting nicely in the jaws here, so let's bring. Well, I shouldn't have said that, should I? It was cleared on the far side by Ewan. Lovely shot, quite amazing. But let's see where we go now. So Stephen was there working out the best angle. It's a calculation there about where Ewan's blue might end up, I suspect. He's trying to outmaneuver him. He didn't want to get in line with his red to block the red from the hoop. That looked like it screeched to a halt, didn't it? That was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. This is a...
Straight through the gap. So often the case. A gap you don't think's big enough to get one through, and through it goes.
I think that would have gone some way if it had made contact.
So, Stephen to stretch the lead here.
Yeah.
And a good enough position to get close to 8 as well, so
Yeah,
he'd
should
be
be
really
good.
looking to get to 8.
Yeah.
And again, he'd be slightly disappointed. He's not really quite made halfway, but still, it's a hoop, and that puts him in a strong position
Yeah.
at 5-2.
In strong position, but of course it's past the advantage to Ewan, who's what, 4 foot short?
Yeah, just about.
That's
Yeah.
right. That was a nice approach shot.
Yeah.
The blue ball, as you can see, is way back on the far boundary.
Black.
Black ball, sorry.
Yeah.
Eyesight. And that's another nice shot. So that's a
That's
real headache, because yellow...
He's got to try and take blue
It's
out.
got to try and take blue out. There's a gap. Here we go.
Oh. Well, that's actually could have ended worse, because I don't think it'll run, and he can't get to red very easily.
No.
So,
I don't think that's going to stop him from trying there. I can't see it. Well, Jaws would be a good shot as well, though.
he's managed to squeeze it through. Well
Yeah,
played,
yeah.
Ewan. So,
So yellow's in a good place for the brilliant. So
Yeah.
it's tucked away over there. So it's
yeah, on the south boundary, and then, of course, Stephen's first to 9, which he'll be happy with, even though he's lost a hoop. So that's
good. And
pretty
he's
much
gone,
position A.
and he's gone past deliberately to put the pressure on Ewan. And Ewan's gone long because he's thinking he'll be able to clear from there. Well, not as
No,
long.
it'd be
Actually.
that
That's a
he'll
surprise.
have gone there so that he can't be cleared too far by red. Can only be cleared straight to the boundary.
Yeah, another nice shot.
Ewan's body language willing it for another half a yard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say to Greg, when I said it was quick, it depends how hard you hit it. It definitely looks like it's speeding up to us.
Oh, that's an amazing hamper shot if they're not touching.
They're not touching, I don't think.
It's a headache for Ewan because
You can't do much.
no.
He's trying to talk it through, talk to the ball. So he just played a simple shot. He didn't want black to go too far. Here we go. We're doing the. That's it. Ewan is obviously feeling it. He did this yesterday. He likes peering over the hedge. He's a tall chap, isn't he?
I think he's checking on his mates on the other lawn and see what's
Yeah.
happening. He's got Aston and Jack over on the other side of the hedge.
And that's a nice shot. I mean, it hasn't got that far,
No.
but I'd be happy with halfway. I don't think Ewan's happy with that because it feels short and off to the right. Well, off to the right is probably where he intended it, but maybe he wanted it a little bit further forward.
Maybe just a touch. Yeah.
Just a touch. Yeah. Like one of our perfect shots. That's it.
Yeah, I'd have been happy with it. Put it that way.
I'd have been happy with it. I'd have been happy with the yellow. I'd been happy with the yellow. Come on. That's another nice shot, particularly where black is.
If black can get a good position here, which it has,
Then it means blue has to be
well, blue's
sorted.
yeah,
Has
because
to be blue.
such a good position for clearing red, it's got to deal with that. So
And it's a good shot, and he's also put it in a difficult spot, which is why he's racing down to put it on the
On
lawn,
the
because he
spot.
wants to make sure it's precisely. Oh, that was his ball, sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, the colours did me head in. So it wasn't as good as we thought. So yeah, it's a shame. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we expected. Sorry, got the when I was looking at it, I misspotted. Haha, the colours. Happens to us all. I think it's old age myself.
Right. So a critical clearance here for.
Nope.
So Ewan is actually on side in front of 10 as well. So
Yeah.
11, sorry,
So
as
he's
well.
got a real bonus, hasn't he?
So he's
He'll want to run. I
he
guess,
wants
but-
to run this. Which he has.
Nice, nicely done.
So Stephen would be really disappointed having
Yeah.
won. He won 7 but
Yeah.
didn't win 8, and
Yeah.
he's won 9 and not won 10.
Absolutely.
And
And he'll tell you how important it is.
yeah,
Two-shot thinking, isn't it?
Mm.
We keep hearing that all the time.
yeah.
We don't follow it, but well, I don't. Try to.
So
So he's,
that's a,
oh.
mm,
So I think he was definitely trying to
yeah, I think
get in the way there, but he maybe just put it there also just to make it difficult.
we run that.
No, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, he
clipping it.
did?
Yeah,
He
I think
did.
he's disappointed. I think he meant to jaws it because he wanted to get up
Yeah.
to 12.
He did run it, so
Yeah, so he's disappointed there.
sometimes the way the camera is showing it just sort of freezes. Seems to almost freeze it when
Yeah.
it goes through.
Yeah, he was the pace he ran that with. He was almost certainly looking to jaws that.
So this will be seen to be quite twitchy at this point.
Mm. So he's very hampered. Oh, off the side.
And that's on the outside, as you can see.
Yeah, so he'd be disappointed with that, not taking advantage of the fact that Ewan was hampered.
Well, that's an interesting shot,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It's about all he could do.
He's definitely
Now, he's looking to promote yellow, but then that would surely just be a sitting duck for blue.
That went wrong.
So, and it's even the wrong side now, so Ewan's just ideal stop shot there. Can probably try and get a wire from yellow.
It's black next, isn't it?
Oh God.
I just,
Yeah.
yeah, we cover each other. You probably noticed that. So I always thought Ewan might be tempted with a shot. We're taking it on from whatever happened down there. So here we go.
Oh, didn't even touch the sides.
Yeah, so there we go. Well, that's our first golden hoop of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. And
That's why Stephen was annoyed.
Yeah.
That's why he was annoyed. He wanted to get that yellow in
That
front
block.
to stop the blue.
Yeah, and
To
block.
stop the black, sorry.
And also now he's hampered slightly, so
Yeah, but that's a nice weight, isn't it? Just you
Yeah.
can just see. Yeah, in
Yeah.
fact, that's pretty
Yeah.
good because it's
Not
got a
gonna be
nice
short.
angle on it as well. In fact, it's long. It's all the way to the
Yes.
boundary, which you would be happy with. With these.
so Ewan's just gone to the boundary.
Yeah, as well.
No hesitation from Ewan what he was doing there. Straight up thumped it to the boundary.
Stephen's just quietly having a drink. It is hot out there. I think Ewan's heading over to do the same, really. That's rather nice.
Yeah.
So that's
Might have blocked his shot with
Yeah.
yellow.
yeah.
Hard to see from here. It looks a more challenging weight from Ewan as well. So they both went long with their first just to make sure they had at least one ball the right side.
Yeah, nice shot.
And that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, the risk here is, of course, that he's left the boundary. He left it wide open. And he's bringing it in because of the stance on the grass on the edge.
and that's it.
That's it, guys.
Wow.
So that was
Well played, Ewan.
well played, Ewan. And he did well to sort of fight his way back into that, and
Yeah.
then he took control, really. I think it
Yeah,
was,
superb.
So we enjoyed doing that, watching that game for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll just
I think we're going to take a break
we're
while
going
we
to take a
switch
quick break
over.
while we sort out where we're going. Is that okay? I hope so. Right. Yeah.
Yep, so we're just going to leave the camera now on Lawn 5 so you can enjoy the other semi-final, which is Aston Wade and Jack Good, and that's still in the first game, and we join it at 4-3. So we're just going to leave that coverage on there at the moment, take a short break, and we'll see you shortly.
I just hit it far too quickly.
Well, and probably too hard, even if you did hit
Well,
it.
no, because if I'm getting the pace for the pace,
Yeah. You need it hard, yeah. I've still got a hoop shot and I'm taking it on, you know. But
I mean, if I get the block, then you're
well, I'm going to have to do something else. Yeah, so we jump. Exactly, and you can't get through. So if you're in.
no, hang on, I'm 6'5".
Yeah, I know. But if I jump and you're there, you've got your positional shots.
No, you've got to.
Yeah, no, I know. If I've got to jump and then you're there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Too early.
When the manager's
10 balls. Oh, I hope I've not used up all my good hoop shots. I might have done.
I have to think they actually grow.
You're right.
One's pretty loose, Francis.
I think I've done more.
They put it all.
2-1. It's all sorted.
Schön, dass wir uns sehen können, kennenlernen können. Wir wurden schon auch aufmerksam gemacht, beziehungsweise wir sollten mal darüber reden, weil auch noch in Deutschland, der dann ja auch so unser, aber alles ist weiß, ja. Did you? No.
Thanks for that.
Did you enjoy working?
Yeah, I bolted it down there. Well, I'd already disconnected, but I don't know if another
We
game.
can do two. We can do the
Well, it's just up from there. We can get on to the other five with that one as well. Yeah. Rest of the same time.
Is that still on the first game?
What game? No, I don't. What game is this one on?
It's the Shield.
Sorry, I'm going to get back.
Well, they got the lux from Norway, so and then
I have to bring it back. Depends what
Happening in belgisk fotball.
if anything's going on.
Ja,
particularly.
men noe de gjør allment det.
in Norway, ready-made lux to sell
No,
to
there'll be
Germany.
nothing on 6 now until the final. I've just put the Shield final on here for you. Okay, that's quite a good one, which is my one. Just move the camera.
No, that's
This
fine.
will be after the semi-final. I think still done. I think it's still in game 1.
I guess we'll get better footage of this one. I'll do it. Do you want me to do the cable? I'll get the post.
If someone can,
Where's
if
the
you can
post?
help, it's bolted down there, but
Yeah,
but just help
they are playing.
route
They
it.
have
Yeah.
started.
If I have played in Germany,
Just put it underneath these holes.
just started playing last year, so we don't know the place. Half the season we are Cornwall anyway. Never play Cornwall. That's where we learned it. The longest player I have been Cape Town. That's a long way. We need to learn. Yeah. How many players are there in Norway who play croquet? 10.
You just keep going. I'll hide it.
But there's a club. Our club is fairly far. 100 kilometers south of us. Yeah. One lawn and how many members? Our club? Yeah. There are 10 or 11 of them. Berlin, there are 11. Yeah, I think in Germany too. People used to play in the garden. That garden croquet, that's what people know. Politicians play. In the world, about 8 clubs.
Ready, steady, go?
You're live.
Oh, hello, live. It's Pat Coulter here. We're picking up the Shield final for you. It's been added to Lawn 7, which is the one we've got the cameras. So we're ready to cover, and I've got Stephen Mulliner with me to relax, I think, after his epic game just now. So say hello, Stephen, please.
Yeah, hello. Hello, everyone. As we've now got Richard, who's got a very good 5-1 lead. Manu Alvaro-Sala has put a ball in front of 7, which Richard has missed from just north of 6. The corner hoop is always an interesting one because the distances there so short, and in comes a second ball from the Spaniard. And now Richard has to have a second go at the yellow, which will be no doubt running next if it hasn't been blocked by its partner ball.
Looks like it's clear, I think. Can squeeze well. This is the best of 3, of course.
Yes,
Okay.
this is the first game.
First game of best of 3.
But yellow is dispatched efficiently enough. And now the play is to try and put yellow where it blocks blue at red. If that leaves blue with a 7 or 8 yarder at the hoop, you tend to say, well, that's a difficult shot, we'll let them try it. So in comes the block. Looks pretty good. Had a go at it, but just caught the right-hand wire and bounced away. So clearly yellow had put in a very good block, and now Manuel can try and chip away at the deficit. It's quite angled, but might well be able to get all the way down. He has.
He has. Lovely and smooth, wasn't it?
Yes, he really should have a big advantage at 8 to make it 5-3, and suddenly the game is much more alive. And that black is coming to where it could easily be punched away by red to the north boundary. So if this yellow is a good one, it's a fraction shy. Another yard would have been great,
wouldn't
but
it?
nonetheless.
I'd be happy with the running it from that distance, and blues come in now.
Yep. So it depends on. Oh no, just
You're
going to
gonna
go
go for it.
straight for it. Well, that's certainly direct.
Is that a good thing?
Well, if it's no more difficult than the yellow, I mean, what's the point? I thought yellow was a fraction easier, but probably there's not much in it. Yeah, he's got it.
Got it. That's,
So
well
3-5.
done up the aim.
And now Richard has to make sure he puts this definitely into running position. And the trick is not to try and get too close to these hoops. That is going on a bit. That's just a bit overplayed.
Yep.
So now suddenly, this is all much more interesting. Manu's going to have a look at that. Now, having played on that court, the hoops are distinctly runnable. We were pressing them down all the time to make sure they were firm.
Yeah, we saw that. We watched you doing it. We commented on it.
Well, particularly when you're coming up through an odd-numbered hoop, trying to get all the way up, you don't want the hoop to be absorbing a lot of ball energy, rattling around, and it will anyway to an extent, but you can at least minimise it. That's a pretty reasonable shot. Yeah, that because it's further back and it's a much
nice angle, isn't it?
much straighter angle. So in comes blue, which will. Yeah, that's.
We were speculating whether we saw you pressing the hoops and whether you do that as a part of a routine or is it just when it's on particular surfaces?
I do it most of the time, and it's routine only because it's a sensible thing to do. Now that's interesting. He's played that now, so I think Richard can cut yellow 8, 9, 10 yards away. That's exactly what he's done.
Yeah.
Always a very good rule when you're clearing balls behind
Thank you, that's fine. I do need to. Thank you very
these
much.
hoops. You want to try and get as much sideways movement on the enemy ball. I mean, it's a possible hoop, but I think he's just clearing blue. which is a much higher percentage shot.
Nice angle there, isn't it? You can see it clearly what's going on.
I mean, you can see also that he's missed completely.
Yep.
Will not please him. So Richard has a great chance to go 6-3 up, which
He's good.
should give him long odds of winning the game. Although, as I found out in my last game against Ewan, being 6-3 up wasn't actually a guarantee of success.
Oh,
But that's a pretty unexpected miss.
it was, wasn't it? It didn't look right. Ewan did some spectacular jumps.
He did. I thought the most impressive was at 6 when he was a bit.
Yeah.
He thought he was trying to jump it completely and got a huge amount of height and clipped the edge of my red, which then came out of the hoop,
I know.
which was
It looked great.
entertaining. Oh yeah, no, it's
It looked
excellent
great.
spectating.
It's fascinating watching his body language as well. You know, you
Yeah,
can sort of
he tends
follow.
he tends to express himself.
But you can see the positive as well as when he was.
Oh, yes,
happy,
quite.
You know,
Yeah,
it was great.
So it's interesting. Well, the first thing he's doing is just stopping Black having
Yeah,
having
run
a free
with
a free go at the hoop, which is sensible. So Black just comes up behind, expecting Blue to be able to clear Red off to the
Right,
west
that's
again.
what-
Yeah,
that's what I was looking
but
at it.
then of course that's all subject to whether Yellow can disturb Blue.
Absolutely.
So there's no doubt about the right shot. I mean, it's still quite a strong position, funnily enough, for Red, because Blue, unless Blue cuddles him, and that's a pretty difficult thing to do with Black so close, the best he can do is to bang it down to the south boundary, and that's not a long way from Black.
Yeah.
So this is just, I think... Is he going for Black? It's hard to tell.
I think he's looking at Blue.
Blue's the one I'd be looking for, because if you do clear it well and Blue misses Red, then Red's got... Oh dear. His shooting is not quite on song, so
No,
Richard
it's
has
not.
another chance now to...
So which way will we be cutting this?
Oh, well, he'll just
Cut
try
it up
to the
to the-
right. So Black, Red to the boundary.
Yeah.
Oh, it might...
Yeah.
Well, see, that's put Red almost due south again.
Yeah.
So, and with two balls in front, the sort of general principle is
Go for it.
go for it. This may be the only hoop shot that you get, and so
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if you miss it,
absolutely.
you're no worse off.
Absolutely. I think we were expecting that to have been cut a bit more, weren't we?
Yeah,
There
well,
we go.
quite a few mistakes in this game. But, so Richard now has
See
a
if he's
chance to
cashing
make
it.
it 6-3. Well, that often happens, funnily enough.
Hmm.
If both players start to make mistakes, it seems to be infectious.
Yeah, lovely shot. Not,
Now
not
again,
terribly long, but he'd be happy.
well, yeah, it's
because
very
of the
familiar.
wobbling.
That's
It
more or
was
less.
wobbling, wasn't it?
Right, and this now depends on the quality of the shots from the loser of that hoop, and that looks reasonable.
Pretty good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
3.5 yards, maybe 4.
Yeah.
So now you have put one in north of it, which I think he's succeeded in doing.
Yeah, that's
Just
another
about.
yard, isn't it?
I mean, well, he was a bit out to the right, so he doesn't want to be too close, or he'd run out of.
Oh, that's, there's a little
Oh, now
snuggle.
that is interesting.
Unfortunate, wasn't it?
Certainly
a
for-
little bobble,
Yes, and well, I think it may have hampered Blue completely.
but I would have thought it was just about to be behind, would have been perfect
Yeah.
in terms of hampering. But
Well, he's clearly taking Yellow out of the picture with this.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
And almost the
Yeah.
artistic
That would have been a
nudge.
bonus,
it would,
wouldn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
planned, of course not. What would you say? It was planned? if it happened,
I think
you claimed
one
it,
should
wouldn't you?
always. I mean, in-offs are things you should always be aware of.
No, I meant take the credit of saying that's what I thought would happen.
Well, I say these are some that you should
Yeah.
be prepared to play. Aim slightly off centre of the target ball. You still clear that, but you've got the second prize. As,
That was a nice clearance, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's yellow clearing blue.
Considering it was hampered, you know, they were almost touching. It was
Yeah.
an excellent shot.
So, chance here for 6-4 if blue misses red. Oh, interesting. Well, very interesting. He went for the hoop, and I wasn't far off it. Slightly surprised by that. I thought clearing red would have made just as much sense and much easier to achieve.
So I'm just reaching out to our viewers to see if they're enjoying the commentary and the Shield final. Yeah, I ran that nicely, didn't
Yeah,
he?
well, that's now 6-4, and this is the game gets a bit uncertain here. Obviously, black and blue have the advantage.
Yeah, that looks okay, just a little bit past it.
Yeah, that's probably fine. And now, well, what's interesting here is look at the positions of blue and red.
You mean he might...
Oh, that's not good news.
so he can afford to come in there.
He can, yes, exactly. Otherwise, perhaps
Oh,
trying to...
hamper or something, or block. Or
Well, he may have got the block on black from
no,
red.
then further out, he'd have gone towards red.
Yeah, yeah. But if yellow was in position, that would change
Yeah.
the circumstances a bit.
So this is, looks like a black shot, is it?
Yes, must be. And hoping to... Yellow will be alive.
Ah,
Wrong one. I think Manu is so convinced that this is going to go through, he's already taken the clip off 10. Yep, no
Yeah.
problems. 7-4.
7-4. Yeah, well, that was clear cut, really, wasn't it? He came back.
Richard always had the advantage. I
Yeah,
mean, getting to a
that's what it felt like, yeah.
5-1 up lead is very handy. Not very many people
Yeah.
come back from 1-5
Yeah,
down.
Manuel didn't look confident, did he? Or
No,
comfortable.
he's been,
Comfortable.
unfortunately for him, he can be the most phenomenal shot and hoop runner, but it's sort of coming in fits and starts rather than being consistent.
But it looks like he has a nice fluent style.
Oh, he does. No, he's. I mean, all the they're all a bit different. I mean, he's got a relatively wristy style. His older brother, Andres, has a more sort of measured style. It's still standard grip, but he takes them out back in one piece, so to speak. And
Okay.
on his game is very good indeed. And the eldest brother, Jose Alvarez-Sala Jr.,
Oh, my goodness, three
is
of them.
also he's an Aristotle with a handle that leans back, and he is very much a wrist player.
Yeah, right.
And on his game, quite an amazing shot.
So that red looks a little bit long, doesn't it? Or is that deliberate?
Oh no, that's a mistake. And over on the semi-final, it's 6-5 to Jack Good, and it's all open
That's
play
taken
around
a long
12.
game, isn't
Oh,
it?
it has, yes.
They're really having a set to, a ding-dong. The black looked a bit short. Was that deliberate?
No, I think normally you send it further south and try and get as straight as you can. The great thing is that you've got plenty of margin for error. What we call the fan of success. It gets bigger the further through. Whereas, and the trouble with that now with blue right in front, if yellow hasn't got a hoop, they'll all look exactly. No. Well, black's going to try and take on this hoop, is he?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely looked like it. Just when he walked up before we had his camera.
Pardon me. Got it.
Yes, and he got it. What's he threw? What about a foot? Isn't it?
Yes, that's probably actually fairly unhelpful, but he'll be pleased to get off. He's got one, you might say, against the head, because normally the player who goes first, on the whole, is expected to have the advantage at who won for obvious reasons, and should win it. And
Yeah, I've got on the desk.
well, that's two very good shots up into
They are
position.
good, aren't they?
But Richard is not, I don't think, going to be able to do very much about Manuel's red.
Well, I think I've killed Stephen. He's gone off sneezing. I don't think it was that spider who attacked him, but anyway. He'll be back in a minute. It's nice to have him here. Giving it added insight. He's back. Well done. He's recovered.
Yeah, this was summer cold. Right. So yellow cannot run. It wasn't as good a shot as I hoped, so what he'll do is just nudge.
Yeah.
He's now got two balls in front, which is always good. Richard obviously doesn't think much of his chances of... Oh, he's put in a blocker, which if
right.
he has is... And now blue is so close to the hoop, unless red actually gets the hoop, any attempt to clear blue will almost certainly put red on the wrong side of the hoop. This is what's called playing inside.
Okay. So this is a hoop shot then?
I think it must be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very clean. Wasn't
very
it?
clean. That will give him a bit of heart. Now this is a very slick approach. It's very quick, and it'll fall off to the north.
Okay.
So he's a little bit long, and yeah, he'll be about 4 yards, I guess.
Yeah.
And so Manuel will try and go behind him, which he's done. It's probably okay. You don't want to leave yourself in a position where you can be rushed back to the second corner.
Okay.
And in comes, that looks a good shot from Richard. He's adjusted nicely for the...
Yeah.
He's slightly overhit the first one.
So that means
And
black will be looking to remove yellow. I
Yes,
assume.
indeed. Yeah.
Unless something... Oh, we nearly had a snuggle in there. It looked like that was
No, well,
intention, didn't it? Of some sort.
I'm not entirely sure what they're thinking that there was. Now this is where I say Richard can cut this on the right-hand cheek, send it most of the way back to the west boundary. Yeah, that's a good shot.
That is a good shot.
So I think this is looking like 2-1 Richard, unless
Should be,
Manuel
yeah.
pulls off something, because
Spectacular.
that boundary is tricky. You have to aim a couple of balls to the south. But I also think that Manuel's red may well be acting as a protector.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's a distraction, isn't it?
Might get in the way, to be honest, but I may be wrong.
Oh, he went north with it.
I'm being rechristened. That was a very casual swipe by Manuel. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Well, we've got viewers in Australia now, in Adelaide. Have you ever
Got it.
played in Adelaide?
Ah, I know what's happened. Yes, of course. Blue not only ran 3, but it's lodged in 4, which will make Manuel feel not exactly 100%. That's a bit, obviously a bit of luck, but nonetheless, it was
missed that
obviously
in our
a good shot.
commentary, didn't
We
we?
didn't see it.
didn't
The
see it.
camera didn't actually follow it. It's only now when you zero in.
Yeah, the camera missed it.
So that explains what happened. So it's 3-1 to Richard. So very similar position to the first game. So red goes into 5,
Yeah.
and black is very well placed to do some damage to that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's as it was.
Yeah.
This is live.
Yep, and he duly plays to stop the sort of control clearance, really.
Yeah.
He's kept black nice and close to the hoop. He's sent red 8-9 yards away, so it makes life very difficult now for red-yellow.
Yeah. He'd be feeling quite dispirited at the moment, wouldn't he?
Well, Richard's just given a bit of hope. Is that in?
That's not.
It may have just gone past. May have just gone past. So he really needs to clobber black now. Yeah, so I think yellow has a definite hoop.
Nice shot.
And he's got that one.
And red's not.
Well, no, sorry, that was actually red that went. Unfortunately,
No,
black
was it?
didn't get moved. He only nicked it, so
right.
Richard can just slot yellow away to the north and take his time, put blue into tight, runnable position and hope to make 5 and 6.
Yeah, not
I'm
rushing,
very
is he?
surprised that he didn't hit that harder, because that's only leaving a 6-yarder for Manuel. No, who doesn't worry about it? Yeah, blue is clearly just. I think yellow's hidden from black by blue and the hoop. I think that's the point.
Still trying to juggle the sun here in our commentary booth to make sure we can see the screen. Hence our hesitation when you hear us squinting. I think metaphorically, trying our best to get the good representation of what's happening on the screen across for you. Alright, there's another long shot coming in.
That looks into a reasonable position.
Yeah. I think you can see yellow, can't you?
Yes, I think you can. Oh. Distinct,
Right.
unexpected, and now this changes the terms of trade, as they say. Now,
Absolutely.
yellow can clear blue, and if it does it with cut, you'll probably get yellow quite a reasonable way towards 6. And leave
Being
red
cautious, isn't he?
to.
Yeah,
Hasn't
very
bothered now. So no advantage gained for 6, but just wants, I think, to get back in the game.
Yeah, I think so. That's how it felt.
On the semi-final of the main event, there's a big battle at 13 between Jack Good and Aston Wade.
6-all.
Yeah. And Aston's playing yellow, trying to, I presume, clear blue, but can you see it? Ah, that's a good clearance.
Oh, Richard, yeah.
So,
So it's just back.
yeah, well,
Bring
this
it
is
right
the art of taking control of a hoop, or regaining control, is to do a control clearance where you do hit centre ball, so your ball stays somewhere near the hoop, but you move the enemy at least 10 yards away.
More.
If you just hit him on the side and you both go 15 yards away, for example, he comes back first usually. So depending on the colour of the ball that you hit. So well, if it's possible, I'd be putting, I'm not sure if the alignment allows it, but I'd be trying to slide yellow just past red and block blue and
block,
red.
yeah, that would make sense.
I think that's what he's trying to do. Yes,
And maybe
looks-
block black as well, do you think?
Well, that's always a nice extra one, but given that you expect the blocking ball to be hit, then obviously it's...
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, caught
As
the,
you
the,
thought,
the blocking ball, so that worked.
And yellow's almost halfway, but
I mean,
way out near
Yeah,
the
but
boundary.
what you said about blocking black as well is perfectly valid, because if in fact your block if your main block doesn't work, it's quite good. And that's a nice shot. How far?
And it's
Just
stopping.
too much. No, it's no. So that's 3-2 to Richard, and he has the chance now to get wide position in front of.
Yeah, so it'll be going quite tight into the hoop. Then.
Well, yeah, it's got. That's. I can't tell whether that's got the block or not.
Looks like it is. No, I don't think it has, when you look at it now. So it looks like you're going to have quite a wait
Yes.
to find out who you're playing, judging by your fellow semi-finalists. Knocking each other to pieces.
Well, in a very civilised way.
Oh, of course.
No, so I think
trying-
Jack's got a four-yarder for game one. 4-yard straight shot at hoop 13.
Here's Manuel.
But
Pink
he's
game for the black.
failed it again. So Aston continues to breathe.
So that was a nice clearance of black. So coming now, would you think he'd be trying to disturb yellow, or would he just go for getting it in there?
Well, I'm surprised that he must think that the hoop isn't on. I'd be going for that. I mean, it's a bit angled, it's true, but
So you obviously.
I mean, he's playing the patient
Manuel
game.
didn't think it was on either.
Well, it was too much risk, I suppose. But Richard will just go back into tight position.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The
And
opposite.
if red can't, well, red will take position and yellow will hope to be left around to clear it. So because, yeah, that's the standard setup. Indeed, yellow has a outside chance of an in-off as
In-off,
well,
yeah.
or a jawsing, and that would allow red then to do the peel and get over towards 7.
Well, we'd like to see one of those. I think
Yep.
our viewers would like that. Let's have a thumbs up for that. We'll see what happens. We'll see how many people are watching us. We're 63 at the moment, which is nice.
So
Yes. Oh, nearly a double clearance there. But hey.
yes, well, that's actually very handy because that greatly increases the difficulty of the clearance. It's a much longer shot, and also, yep, that was an excellent
It'll
decision.
make the
and
in-off more spectacular, won't it?
it's much more difficult to do from this angle. We'd much prefer it from where the ball had been.
Yeah, it was nearer, wasn't it, as well? That was a great
Oh,
shot.
he's peeled it. That was always the risk, I'm afraid. So Richard walks forward to put his clip on the hoop.
It's through, though.
And it's
so
5-1 again. Sorry, no, not it's 4-2. It's 4-2. It's not quite so dire.
not yet.
But that is, it's always a body blow when that happens
It is.
because Richard is first to 7, so
Yeah.
Manuel is sort of swinging his mallet in a somewhat discontented fashion,
Yep.
reflecting on the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. And Richard puts in a very
yes.
good blue.
I've just seen Jack Good going past here. It must have finished at Aston 7-6. So it must be
Aston 7-6, yeah.
so it's a loo break or a break.
Which after
Cool
2
break.
hours play,
You don't blame them. Then there's,
getting quite
there's
warm.
Aston walking past. Much very focused. Was it? That's Paul New, one of our very important helpers here, Budleigh, one of our top players as well. So if you see him out and about in the tournament, say hello to him. He's always up for a chat, as he's just joined in on ours. Thank you, Paul.
Yes, we were chatting earlier. He told me he was famous for his gossamer-like touch and never hitting the ball hard.
What, Paul?
I'm being deeply ironic.
I think that flying pig has just come back.
Yes, quite. Well,
Paul's
so Richard's
very good at jumping. He does it the golf style, the sideways jump style.
It takes a lot of skill to do it
It
that way.
takes a lot of skill, and Paul tries.
Now, Manuel is under pressure here. I think he can see black.
Anyone who comes in here is fair game, I think, to be
he's
talked about.
Well, so yellow has been removed successfully.
It's quite cosy in here. We're going to try and get some more air in. It's all right, Paul, all right.
So black has been removed successfully, and now
Open this door around there.
he went to try to get the jaws, but it's hit the near wire and bounced to the side. So this gives Richard an opportunity to try and make it 6-2, and build what is, sorry, 6. Yes, it'll be 5-2. Sorry, 5-2, and build an even better lead.
Oh, that was close.
But he
wasn't it?
fails to.
I
So
mean, you were saying yesterday about how important it was to be smooth and everything.
yeah.
That looks smooth. So, what,
Well,
did you put it down to a
I think
little
what especially-
tremor or something.
Oh yes, I mean I call it face wobble. I mean the only real skill in this game is to keep the club face square to the line of travel. Obviously you aim first, but on the whole people become pretty good at aiming, and it's all down to what happens to the mallet face and the swing line as it comes between the legs and hits the ball.
He does a lot of swings though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm much
You were
more.
saying to-
I'm much
you
more
said
impressed by the
yesterday-
youngsters who take very few.
Yeah, you were
And
saying, wasn't yesterday you were saying it wouldn't be nice to limit it just to 3 swings or something?
yeah, well, I think if television were to become seriously commercial, I think one would have to, because otherwise it's a complete turn-off watching this amount of casting back and forth. And Richard's by no means the most. Yeah, he's got
Better,
that.
isn't it?
3 of the 4 New Zealand team in 2020 in the World Team Championships, very fine players, but my goodness, they would do 15, 20 casts at times.
Well, I counted his at 15.
Yeah.
But I'm not is it? Would it always be 15? Or would
I'm not sure.
no, I'm not saying. If it's a routine, once you decide.
No, I don't. I think it's more a question just when you feel that that you're
to go.
swinging straight. The trouble is then you then have to translate from the practice position into real life, and that's when things can still go wrong.
absolutely.
But for some people, they just feel more comfortable if they're going into the final swing from a moving position, whereas people like Aston at the moment are shooting from a still position, which was always the traditional way of doing it. Oddly enough.
That's very close. The balls there. And
So 5-2 to Richard. Yellow's in.
so what's he going to try to do?
I imagine try and take out yellow. That's usual.
Yeah.
Misses.
Yeah. Would you be put off on that shot by the fact that both red and yellow were almost in your same eye line? Not quite.
No. You just focus on the target.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's just played what you would call the sensible and conventional move, but
Yeah. So he's assuming he's going to be knocked away, or is he? Just
no,
going
he's
to-
Richard's just going to. May not be. That's a pretty poor shot, to be honest. He's not got in front at all. So this now leaves red with a chance, and then if that fails, yellow may well have a chance
Yeah,
as well.
That's true. Looks quite neat.
Well, that blue should have been,
Yeah, no, I mean,
you
the
know,
red
fully
looks
in
a
the
neat
in the
square
way
off.
of both red and yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, nicely
That
done.
looks- you
So-
can see how
It's so
steady
similar
that
to.
swing, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was consistent, you know, just from the
If you
from
can,
our
if you
angle.
can persuade yourself to start the downswing in a, see, that's gone a bit far, I think, in a dignified fashion, as I put it, a smooth fashion, a smooth acceleration from a slow start, you'll have much better chance of keeping the face square.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's so easy to say it. In the heat of the
Absolutely.
moment, it's not so easy to do. So Manuel's got to check whether black can run.
Which is what he's done, yeah. That
Yeah,
looks
it's
quite
it-
nice as well.
Well, it does, but unfortunately it's
it's
completely
vulnerable.
open to being cut to the first
Absolutely.
corner. So if this blue is any good,
It should be just in front, shouldn't it?
and that's a very good shot, because he's actually now blocked a shot. Well, that's a lovely shot. He's blocked
Black.
red at black. So I think Richard Manuel has to clear blue anyway. If he's really lucky, he's not even trying. He's just
Oh.
maybe he's putting balls in to see if he can. Well,
Well, I'm glad you're here, Stephen, because I wouldn't know how to describe that last shot. It was
well, I mean, it looks though he's just trying to hamper something, but he's gone a bit
Yeah.
too far. So unless, I mean, red might be hampering the backswing of
no,
black.
I think it's about.
But they haven't got a referee, so it's obviously not particularly difficult.
Yep.
He didn't
that
try to
was-
cut that too much.
No, it was straight, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it's come down to just south of 1, so this is another 14, 15 yarder. Yellow at blue.
We're up to 73 people watching. That's,
Right, well,
that's
that
good,
was,
isn't it? We're-
I thought he felt he put a good strike on that, but it was just to the left. So Richard now has a chance to make it 6-3. And from this range, we'll be hoping to get reasonably close to hoop 10 as well.
Yeah, he's built so, hasn't he? Yeah, that's clean.
That'll be
Fast,
all the way
though.
up. Yeah, so
He's
that's
happy
off,
with that, isn't
off the
he?
north boundary, but he wants to get through. Well, he's 6-3 up again.
Well, he's been resetting pretty well, hasn't he?
So that red,
He's
um,
well back, isn't it?
yeah,
5 yards, maybe?
yeah. So long clearance anyway for blue. Oh, he's going for it.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, that's really sort of got no interest in hoop 10. Is playing for hoop 11. That's what the feeling is.
Yeah, it looks like it. So
I
do you
mean,
think
I'd have
he was-
thought at that range is worth having a ball between red and the hoop.
Yeah.
Because
do
it
you think
never
he was
hu-
going for red, or was he?
I
going
think he
for
was,
hoop?
yes. Or maybe what he may have had was what
Double
looked like a very
target.
tasty double
Yeah.
of a ball in the
It
hoop.
looked quite narrow, didn't it? Didn't look
Well, that's
much
what,
of a gap.
what you want. You don't want much of a gap too. A double involving balls, you do want to have a ball's width in the middle. Then it's genuinely a 2-ball target. That's pretty good. When it's ball and hoop, it's a bit more dubious, because if you hit the middle of that, you get nothing. Or you can get nothing.
I think we all know how to hit the middle between them. I think that's the most consistent shot for, particularly for club players.
Yeah. Now then, so yellow's in prime position. Now what he should be trying to do, if he can, is to get
blue to block. Is that? I think he might have done that.
Yep, yeah, he's trying to get blue behind the hoop so that it can't see yellow.
Yeah, but also maybe
And
get black in the way.
black
No, what's
isn't.
that all about?
Good question.
So that was a technical commentary term, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that he'd come over to the halfway way line.
Well, that's been
So-
done by Manuel. So
Now
that's
then, now into hoop 11,
6-4.
Rich 6-4. We've been there before. That's a pretty good blue.
yeah, it's coming over nicely. And where's the red? Yeah,
The same, and may even be blocking blue through the hoop. Yes, I think it is. Well, that's quite useful. Now Richard probably is going to try and clear red. Looks like it, given the amount of swings he's taking. Yep, that's a good shot.
Rather nice shot.
And yes, he's actually held black quite close to the action as well.
That's quite nice.
This, I think, is desperation time. He's going for 11, looking at the line of his swing, and reckons if he doesn't get it, the game's up anyway. Oh no, he's going for. I beg his pardon. I just couldn't tell.
Yeah,
The way he was swinging, I thought he decided to
put a
go
bit
for
of
broke.
power on it, didn't
But
he?
in fact, he was aiming at blue and he hit it. So
Yeah, well, so what would he be doing here? Just pure position?
yes, you just put. I
You're
mean,
not
you come
trying-
slightly to the east, so that
Nothing fancy with the yellow.
no, you don't need to. I mean, you never want to give someone a chance of clearing you and staying in position. And at this range, ooh, that's a
interesting,
handy.
isn't it?
Well, he's not pleased with himself, but in
No,
fact,
not, because it's done nothing.
he's going to Richard's
And it
go.
cutters away.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's not what he wanted.
you
That's,
wanted the other
that's
side.
the
didn't
golfer's version of the double cross, where they play for a fade and they let the hands go over, so they get a hook instead.
Yeah.
Here he wanted to cut it to the west, and instead he cut it to the east. So he's
he? And this is a
given
clearance,
Manu a
presumably.
chance of.
This looks like a clearance. This
Oh
one.
yes, a
There you go,
firm
yes.
but controlled clearance. Doesn't want to slash at it.
Oh! That wasn't the clearance we were expecting.
Well, yeah, this is where the nerves come in. The hands don't behave quite as you want, so Richard just comes back, you see, to quite generous position. He doesn't want to be cleared away by if he gets too close to the hoop. So red must now come in, and hopefully, and that's a bit short, I think.
Yeah, that gives blue a straight
But
shot,
well,
doesn't it?
no. But the nice thing about that, where's yellow gone to?
Yellow's
it's to-
over here on the
yellow
right-hand side,
yellow
if we're
could
looking at it.
could just aim at red. If it gets it, it'll put it into easy position and put some pressure. And what's that doing? No, that's
Black.
okay.
Where's black, guys?
Well, black is, fortunately for Richard, not blocking blue at either the hoop
It's
or
on.
at red. So if red does run, then he must be thinking of clearing blue. Oh, that's
Yeah, that was
that's
an
one of his
excellent
best
shot.
shots.
That's it. It was lovely and
Yeah.
square, wasn't it? It struck
Absolutely.
straight on.
And he just, I think he's sort of relaxed now.
Yeah, that was a nice
He
shot.
reckons he's got nothing to lose, and
Yep.
so that. But you see, when you're around this hoop, the distances are never terribly great. I mean,
No.
let's say this is what, a sort of 10-yard clearance again.
Yeah.
So not very far away, but just on the
Yeah.
on the right.
Straight towards us, actually. Looking out the window. Dan, I wasn't.
Well,
Okay.
now
Right,
if you
here we
can
go.
run this
No, that's a
smoothly.
nice camera angle, guys.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Stay with that, please.
Yeah. Oh, has he gone through? He's gone through,
Must have done.
which is not good. I think if he's rolled behind the upright as well, that's very bad news.
Yes, you were looking at it. Like,
Yeah, I mean that actually happened between you and Burridge. Tried to run it into the jaws and ran through, and I really should have been able to take big advantage from that.
Richard's offside, so hence he's walking down towards us.
Yeah.
So he's putting him on the other side. Is there a... is that because he wants him to
Marginally,
come away,
yes.
come away from the
Given
golden hoop?
exactly, that's...
There's a tactical selection. Would you have done that? Which did
Yes and no. I'd be taking him over to the
making him
east so he comes
away?
away.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite good. I think yellow must be either blocking black or very close to it. But now, again, advantage. Richard really, he can bring a second ball in.
Oh, you're not that happy with that, but that looked all right. I mean, I saw him scratch his forehead, but
It's a bit short. I mean, he's not going.
he's not
And
worried.
now,
is he? That's come
That's
to
what he
pretty
does.
straight. Isn't it?
yes, and he's just.
That's very good, considering what we thought. We thought it was hampered. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah,
Up
well-
on the hoop.
Point is, he's got a ball in play which will make blue think about clearing it. Although blue and red are close enough together that a stop shot clearance seems to be quite possible.
That's it.
He's
It's all
got it.
over. Well
Oh.
done. That was a good game, wasn't it? It was interesting to see
Yeah, it was-
contrasting styles.
Yes,
And you know how you respond to pressure, I suppose.
Yeah, quite.
And I can see you now looking at the score for the the other semi-final.
Well, I think I
and
will
then
sign
making-
off and go and have a cup of coffee.
I don't blame it, Stephen. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
And I'm sure that you can. All the audience will appreciate Stephen's contribution. So thank you for that, and we'll move on. Thank you very much. Are we going to have a break now for a couple of minutes? Yeah, we're going to put the camera onto 5 so that you can pick up and see how Aston, Wade and Jack Good are going. As we told you before, Aston has won the first leg and it's currently in the second game, 1-0 to Jack Good. Enjoy the long distance view. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Quarter to 12. Yeah.
Time flies.
If you want to have a bite, right?
I'm happy.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We've just been setting up some cameras to see if we can cover the Aston Wade Jack Good semi-final. We know that you've had sight of some of this. It's 2 lawns away from us, so just bear with us in terms of the camera angles that we can offer to you and the view. But it's a game that's well worth seeing. I've just been down lawnside watching it. It was quite interesting. They're very thoughtful, to say the least, and considered. They're very cautious about their positioning. So if you want to study good positioning and tactics, this is the game for you. And it's been going on quite a while, as you may recall. So let's sort of work through it. Bear with me while I squint at people. As you can see, Jack wanted to clear balls. I can't quite see the colours, I would imagine. I wasn't quite sure. So we got a closer, so I can just work out the colours. Yeah, so that's black and blue there. Both of which, well, black looks in a good position, doesn't it? So it would be interesting to see. So the distance must make the ball spotting. We're going to have fun together, aren't we? Tell me when I get it wrong, by the way, please. Any feedback is welcome. Haha. Tell me when I get it right as well, please. As well, that'd be good. So that's looks like the yellow coming in, and no. So there's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? So now I've got the ball orientation. It was easier down there. I just was picking one of Aston's balls out of the side margins, but he's whacking it as well. So here we go. So he's taken the danger ball away, but this is all about not taking risks, it seems. So quite interesting, and it's 1-1. So we're going to be here for a while, and let's say those of you with me earlier will have noticed we had Stephen Mulliner in there. He's going to be playing the runner-up of this one, because he lost to Ewan. So Ewan is Ewan Burridge. So Ewan Burridge will be playing the winner. There we go. Statement of the obvious. So this is where we're getting into considered, careful play. This time it's hard to tell from this angle, isn't it? Now this looks like he's taking the hoop on. Nice camera work there. And he ran that neatly. Right. So that shot, I mean, the camera operators are in here. That shot from behind there was really good. So if you can capture that sort of more often, because it's, helps the viewers, see technique and see angles as well. And it also helps me see the colour of the ball. So this is coming across nicely. So we're looking at the score of 2-2 now. We just jumped from 1-1 to 2-2. That was interesting. Yeah, so we're obviously got a bit of a lag behind. One of our colleagues is doing those scores, and just want to. Well, we're definitely 2-2. That's where we're expecting to be. That's what the hoop looks like. It looks like another fast lawn, doesn't it? And my favourite topic, shadows. Look how overhead the sun is. Maybe not as hot as Australia. And they gave us a shout out earlier, so welcome to them. Let's see how we're getting on. Can we pop in to see the colours, guys, please? Yeah, so it's yellow is nearest the hoop, blue is in between, and red is on the left-hand side, and Aston's coming in with black.
I was already down.
Yeah, just if we can just hold on this, it'd be good to see. He's doing a very careful measure. You can just see the top of his mallet in the corner, which is good, and he's really giving it a careful bit of planning, and we will find out what he's going for in a sec. Here we go. Well, that was an excellent shot. He needed to get rid of that yellow, so he had to feed it through the gap. It was quite a decent gap between We'll sit between the blue and the red. So now we'll be able to see. Have we got a wider view, please? Yeah. We can see that Jack's going to come in. So he's slightly in control here, provided he gets that blue. So here we go, got a chance of the blue. Alright, and those of us who watch, sometimes you can just feel when they're not that comfortable. It just felt a little bit, not off, but a bit less comfortable than it had been, could have been. Slightly a pressure shot as well. So black's some way away. Here we go. So this will be a hoop shot. Well, he's not hooping, he's laying out because of where black is, and also blue is well out to the right, isn't it? As we're looking at it. It's nice to see people coming to watch and enjoying the croquet. So this looks like a clearance attempt. Well, Aston's getting ready. Oh, and that was an attempted block. So yeah, nice shot. Didn't need much commentary, that one, did it? Yes, we're just talking about how long this game's been going on. Was it sort of 9:30? 9:30 this game started at, so no wonder Stephen Mulliner, who was here earlier with me, has gone off for a bit of lunch. It might be tea by the time the game happens, but no, seriously, it's a great game. It's just one that, because it'll take as long as it will take, but more importantly, they're just trying their best. But Aston's just sort of not clicking, is he? You can just sort of see that there. Oh, no, it wasn't Aston, that was Jack, sorry. I'm getting all muddled up. Just shows you what my eyesight's like, doesn't it? Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? This is all about pressure. So he's checking the hoop. We've talked about this before. He's asked. He's not happy. It's loose. So he's looking for a hoop thumper.
Chris Roberts is going to come and join you for commentary in a second.
Great, thank you.
Did they
No.
Okay. Still not.
So there's one of our hoop monitors or helpers, call them what you like, or thumpers in this instance. He's just put it in there to make sure it's firm, make sure they're completely happy. No, and there's a bit of waving going on here. It's all been sorted. He presumed somebody else was coming on with a mallet. So we're all ready to go. So that could have been better, couldn't it? I mean, in the sense it was great to get it, because I think there's a lot of tension and pressure out there between the two players in terms of not making mistakes. But that could have done with being a bit further, and depending on the line, it might actually be slightly hampered by the peg. Not that he'd necessarily want to do it straight, but so he's laying that up quite nicely, isn't he? It's in a good position there. So that looks like it's in the way of the red, which will presumably will mean that the black becomes the option. So we get to see what's happening here. Yeah, nice shot. That had to be done. So I hope you guys are appreciating this coverage of the second semi-final, albeit with some slightly different camera angles. We're doing the best we can with those, and commentating when we need to, obviously. But let us know if you need anything more. Not that we'll be able to do everything. Right. You can see both of them feeling the tension, can't you? And you can see they're putting a lot of thought into it. A lot of thought. This is quite a tricky shot. And that's excellent, isn't it? I think any of us would have taken that shot, don't you think? And the ball zooming around in the background is because a certain person's offside. So that's nice layer in front. Oh. So some of the Spanish players, I think, are up there relaxing, lawn side. It's attracting quite a lot of interest from the top side near the clubhouse as well. Oh, yeah, look at it, our friendly camera operator is having to get out of the way, I think. It's going to get a very good shot. So there's a lot of thought going into this, even for that short distance. It's clearly a tactical positioning shot. I think he wanted to keep his options open. Because those two balls, oh, now that's going to be interesting, isn't it? He was hoping, I think, to move the black forward so it covered the yellow. So there's a chance of moving both, but they're so precise, these players, that they can pick the ball they want to go for. So that was the black zooming away. I've been told that there's a picture of the our commentary window. If anyone's desperate, so can anyone see a hand waving? No, only the monitor. There you are. There's a hand. That'll do. That's all you're going to get. I'm too focused on commentating. Ha ha. And everyone said that's all they dare risk showing you. So hey guys. Very supportive team we've got here. But it is a team. I have to say this. It is a team all pulling together. Lots of good stuff going on. So sorry for the camera operator out there. It must be very, very hot. Good shout out. Is it Lynn doing it? Yeah, it's doing a great job. So when I was down Lawnside, you could almost hear them think through every shot. I think you can see it again in the camera shots here. They really are very thoughtful. They're not taking any risks. They obviously know each other well. Nice, and we nearly got the camera operator there as well as a bonus. We have 64 viewers. It depends which screen. 65 viewers. We must be doing something right. That's really encouraging. That was close, wasn't it? Now. You can see why he went for it, can't you? So he's going to be hoping to get as far down as he can. So let's just see how smooth he is. Not many swings there, are there? I mean, that's Stephen Molyneux and I were talking about this, and he was saying he's keen to have fewer swings, and he's impressed that the young players, have hardly any. In this case, one. So whereas others, some have quite work my words out, have a significant number of swings. We talked about this yesterday as well. You might recall. Those who were around. All right, we've got some messages coming through. Got a message from Toby Savage saying that Jack has a Spanish flag in the score box. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. Well done, Toby. Thank you very much for that. And there's obviously that, Toby, you've provoked a series of jokes and everything on that. well spotted, as you say, but you never know. I mean, we do have the Spanish compatriots lying down lawnside. I did mention that to you. I don't think we're that agile and able to change the flags just like that to welcome people. There you go. How about that? How about that for an instant response? Well spotted. And thanks for the you can't get the staff. So the joke on Beat the Flash. Thanks. Yeah. Well, I hope you, Toby just saying thanks for the shout out yesterday. I hope you're enjoying the shout out now. Making us work, thanks. No, seriously, we want to get it right, so anything that helps us get it better, get it right, is good and focused. That's a nice view, isn't it? Bulls. No players, so presumably they're having a glass or something like that. I don't know where they are at the moment. Have they gone hiding? They've gone for a break. Comfort break. Yeah. There we go. No. Well, I can see Jack going past the where I am. As I say, it's very hot out there. It's quite exposed, as you can see. There's a hedge to the left, the one that Ewan likes staring over. Ewan's sitting in the clubhouse at the moment, waiting. So he's going to have a long wait. Anyway, so here's Jack back. So here we go. And that's yellow on its way. And that looks a very nice shot. And I'm not quite sure. I think blue's got a clear line of sight to the hoop, as well as possibly to yellow, but it's also got a clear line of sight to the red. So he'll be moving the red, I suspect, because it's the danger ball, which will allow the black to sort it out. Depends obviously where red ends up. That's the difficulty here. But no, got that completely wrong, didn't I? Just shows you these camera angles with different cameras, because they are deceptive. But I think this is back to the risk element. I think we're on camera, by the way. The other side from one of the Spanish players has been recording while he's here. I don't know that he's commentating or muttering. We shall see. Right, so another hoop check. So this is why seeing that Jack's taking on the red. That's why I was a bit intrigued that Aston didn't go for it. Go for the red, that is. So let's see. Ooh. That was a lovely shot, wasn't it? But wow. So I think this is a case of this is the right shot now coming up. It's quite a distance, as you can see. Excuse me. Oh, same spot. Right. Well, I'm pleased to say we've got Chris Roberts has decided to give us the benefit of his insight, experience and everything like that. You're joining us at a very interesting moment, 3.5 hours, 3 hours into the game.
Right.
It's it's the semi-final. Aston's 1 game up and it's 2-2, and how can I describe it? They've been very cautious and risk averse.
Risk averse. That's probably the mark of these two.
Yeah, and you can hear the thinking. If you're lawnside, if you've been lawnside, you can see it. And we haven't got terribly good camera angles, Chris. So I hope your eyesight's better than mine in working out which ball's what. And they also look alike.
Yeah. Okay, I can see. Yeah. Well,
that's Aston just gone off to the side.
Yeah.
So
right, well, I'm probably going to have to go and get my glasses. Good afternoon, everyone. it's a lovely day here in Sidmouth.
No.
Beg your pardon, I said Sidmouth, so I'm going out for dinner. Sorry.
Chris was a welcome guest.
He was a welcome. He's not welcome.
He said the
No.
dreaded Sidmouth word.
Yeah. No, so you can tell it's a lovely day here in dear old Bud, as Tony Hancock once said, and we're blessed by super conditions, a really well run and friendly tournament, and I've not seen anyone not enjoying themselves, Pat. So it's good
That's
news all
fair.
round. So
Excellent. Well, you're
Where
all
are we?
welcome. Always welcome.
so where are we then? We're at Hoop 8, and Jack's got the advantage on the
No, I
scoreboard.
think we're on Hoop 5. 8, so
Eight,
we are
yeah,
on 8.
Yeah,
you're
it's
all right.
it's 4-3.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's 4-3.
I was looking somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's my fault.
okay.
I'm just trying to trick you.
So he's cleared red to the east boundary there, but it looks like Aston's got a fairly routine clearance on red in front of the hoop. So it's all going to be about centre ball clearances and holding position.
Yeah,
And
that was
that's a
exactly-
fine example of its type.
Exactly.
It's very much like snooker at this level.
Yes,
It's all about retaining your
Position for the
position
next.
whilst you're clearing, and
Absolutely.
not trying to win the hoop too soon. Patience is a virtue,
Absolutely.
and both of these players have got it in abundance.
Well, they've got it in hours, actually. It's attracting quite an audience down there now. I'm sure they're all colleagues, or the Spanish players were down there lawn side, enjoying it. They're just slightly to the right of the camera.
Yeah. Well, I think a number of players have either been eliminated and decided not to play on with various positioning games. At the end of a tournament, it's a big ask to play off for a minor place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slightly more disappointing when people don't play in
More serious.
in the more serious end at the top half of the event, but that's the rules we have, and they're allowed to do that. So pretty neutral this hoop then, and we're just waiting probably for the first error. So you can forgive the lads for being cautious here.
Someone's just asked after Richard Gardner. He's down Lawnside. I can take a hint. I'm happy to go Lawnside and let Richard do the commentary.
So we've got Pat mentioning people asking questions. We've got the online chat for those of you that haven't zoomed in too far and got it to full screen. You can sort of pull back and have a look at the chat and see what people have got to say about the game. I can't read that from here because it's on Pat's computer, and B, I haven't got my glasses, which would be a good thing to be
dealing with that as it
prepared.
can. We had a welcome,
Yeah.
a shout out from Australia. They joined us from Adelaide, which was quite nice. And
Jolly good.
we're just double checking. We're up to 82. watches.
82,
82,
okay.
so
Well,
that's quite good. It's getting.
Well, good afternoon to anybody from my home club at Phyllis Court in Henley. We're closing in on 300 members now, so I did send nearly all of them. Sent all of them the link, and I know a few have been watching.
Yeah.
So if any of you are watching and you've got the ability to send us a message on the text, then I'll give you a shout out.
And I'll let you know if you're not here.
Yes.
Shout out. Chris the Terminator Roberts. On the day nobody can beat him, says Mankle 100. Do you know who that is?
Who's that?
Mankle 100.
Mankle 100.
Yeah, well, Chris is taking that as a compliment.
Yeah,
by
I
the
think I'll
way.
take that as a compliment. Thank you, Mankle.
We have
There we
no
are.
idea.
No.
I just noticed
There we
that
are.
Chris is busily keying away. I wonder if it's Chris really in disguise.
Okay, so meanwhile, back at the match.
Yeah, sorry.
We
tried to mix it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. Yeah.
As you say, it's nice to have people wanting to play, but this is quite serious. As you can see, it's been intense. I mean, have you been down close to them? Do you watch it?
I've just walked past.
And you can feel the intensity,
yeah.
can't you?
Yeah, there's not a lot of. It's very quiet on the court. So.
It doesn't help. We can't always see the colour of the ball.
No.
the
Okay.
sun is getting in the way. That's
No,
good.
I think we're. Yeah, this angle you're looking
It's,
at. You've got the sun.
Mark Stevens is mental.
Oh right.
From Ireland.
Mark. Yeah, Mark. Oh yeah. I'm in Mark's head. I've played Mark a number of times,
There you go.
and it's always close. And
Excellent.
where are you, Mark? Why aren't you here? Robert and Robert O'Donoghue, and I can't know who Alan Looney are here from representing Ireland this time. So you're missed, Mark. You're missed.
There you go.
I look forward to seeing you soon.
It's nice to do shout out.
So here we go. This is the first hoop shot we've had since I've sat down at the
He brings us good
commentary.
luck. Good
And
fortune.
so here's Aston trying to level the score, and that's a fail. So
And
he's
both of them have been like that.
yeah.
Both
The
of
hoops,
them have
the,
clean
hoo-
shots.
the hoops are tough. If you're not, if you're not absolutely on it, then the hoops are tough. I mean, compliments to the hoop setters here. They've been a real challenge, and we're using the Atkins quadway hoops, which in the firm ground we've got here, having had no rain, the Atkins quadway hoops are, well, I think they're definitely the most challenging. So here's our hoop setter coming on to.
They have been being
to ham
tapped
one
in
in.
from time to time.
Yeah.
You can see them all like a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not saying. So that's.
Oh, the commentators are Pat Coulter and Stephen Mulliner. I've been.
No, you haven't been
I've
upgraded
been
yet.
I've been upgraded to Stephen Mulliner.
Well, Stephen popped in a couple of times. He did turn up to Chris with a pint of beer in his
Did
hand.
he? Oh,
unfortunately, he was drinking it.
Was that?
not
I was
me.
going. Was that a hint?
That was,
Okay, so
it wasn't.
this is a bit of a moment. So
And
this
it's
is
nice to see it
this
behind,
is-
isn't it? Because you can see the action. If you want to learn how to do it.
yeah. So this is Jack with a jump, and this is going to be a pivotal for this match if he can nail this. He got the height but not the direction. So Aston's now. I can't remember where. We need a longer view for where the other balls are.
Yeah, I don't blame them. And the Flash has sent us a message. Giles here, I think we know who that is.
Oh, Giles. Good
I'm
afternoon,
going to
Giles.
say where he's from, but I can't. It's Llanfairpwllgwyngyllgogerychwr.
Llanfairpwllgwyngyllgogerychwr. You're sitting next to a Welshman, you see, so I can say Llanfairpwllgwyngyllgogerychwr. I can't say the big long one, but the big long name that is the longest in the world from that neck of the woods. But good afternoon to everyone in North Wales.
And Toby's continuing his messages with you, saying, not sure that's an upgrade, Chris.
Oh, I've got my name on the board now, so there we are.
All sorted.
Right, so big advantage.
You're
big
coming to commentate, so please.
Yes,
I'm
big
interrupting.
advantage, Aston. This is a triple hoop. I can only imagine Aston there was thinking, what else can I get than running this hoop, looking for an advantage to hoop 9 perhaps, but with red being on the boundary there, it was too dangerous to put. Well, it would have been a bit suicidal to pop it in the jaws and hope Jack missed and try and get something across to the next hoop. So he's taken the point. He's ahead in the match,
game, yeah.
but and now level on the scoreboard, but given away for, well, he's had to concede first approach to 9. That doesn't
look short, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it runs. I think it must have run, otherwise I don't think Aston would have bothered with it. The trouble with Aston's clearance there, of course, is that whilst he's cleared red off to the west boundary, he hasn't got off the court himself. So a good shot here, a good positioning, simple shot here from Jack will enable red to leather black away as the danger ball, and then
hold position,
yeah.
presumably.
Well, yeah, it's Aston's up against it here because black is all over. Black is all over red. Sorry, beg your pardon. Red is all over black, and so really Aston has to nail this clearance with the blue in the bottom right-hand corner.
We'll let this hoopy run before.
And he's missed that. So now red centre balls black into corner 3, and Aston's got another long shot to save it. So when you're doing your clearances, not only have you got to clear, but you've got to think about how vulnerable you're leaving your own ball, and this is the result. It was a good clearance, but he needed to have got off the court with his black as well.
Taking the time, aren't they?
Oh yeah, it's all
All high stress.
yeah. Well, one miss generally is going to throw that hoop. So he's and he's done quite well. He's stayed in the vicinity himself. Should Aston now nail this hoop saving clearance on the yellow, red is still in charge of the hoop anyway. So this Jack's all over this one.
Not sure.
It's a good clearance. So
Not
he's,
sure
keep,
you
so he's
take
keeping.
that.
Absolutely, he's keeping it alive. So well done, Aston. So we're going to play another rotation now. So you know, it was Jack gave Aston as much as he could as he could to do, and fair play. Aston pulled it off. So this is pretty neutral now. This hoop. Everybody's on the boundary.
Yeah. It's reset, isn't it?
It's the first one who can do a clear. Well, ultimately, it's a clearance and hold position. Not easy. It's
Were you expecting that
pretty
shot?
good. Yeah, because black's got yellow.
Yeah, right.
And black's got yellow. Jack knows that. So it's a question of whether Jack decides to go at the hoop if he can see it. We haven't quite got the good angle. It looks like it might. Either goes to the hoop or he accepts that Aston is almost certainly going to nail yellow, and can he clear blue with the yellow from where yellow ends up? He's gone for the position, so I think that's what he's planning.
Yeah.
He's saying I'll accept Aston's going to hit the yellow.
Yeah.
And then I'm
See
going to
that.
use yellow to clear the blue.
Okay.
And that's a pretty good option for Jack because Aston got that very full, which on this occasion he didn't want a centre ball clearance. He actually wanted an edge and and swing it, get the yellow right over into the left-hand corner as we're looking. Sorry, right-hand corner as we're looking at it.
And be somewhere on the boundary, perhaps.
Yeah. So game finished on the far court. That's it's one of our Scots players. I'm not quite sure who it is.
I can't see it. My eyes aren't very good.
So they say misclearance, but misclearance
Yeah,
by
I saw
Jack,
that,
very
yeah.
expensive. One of you are looking elsewhere. Well, it's a score, and it's a score, and you're in front. So happy days,
Happy
Aston.
days.
But obviously he was trying to get a whole lot further down the court than that. So the game's still alive, but that was a big and expensive miss for Jack.
Yep.
I'm going to be interested to see how Aston plays that ball that's grovelled through the hoop there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Depends what kind of backswing he's got.
Yeah. It looks slightly gone to the
It
left.
looks like it's slightly gone to the left. Depends where he can get. But
I have a question for you in a minute from John Bishop. He raised it yesterday,
okay.
but he not with you in mind, but you're here. You'll understand why in a second while he's asking you. I'll raise it in a minute. You're getting caught up in the tension of all this. They're taking their time there. That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the things that at this level that they will, and I think it's one of those. It's a good debate to have. That if ever we get, let me see this shot.
That hit the
Did, did he hit the hoop there?
Yeah,
Oh, hit the hoop. I was thinking. I was thinking. Wonder what he hit because he
Well,
didn't.
thanks.
He didn't hit the centre peg, and the ball.
it hit it.
Must have been
Five.
must have been wired then, or very close to be.
John
Normally
Bishop's
make that
question
decision.
quickly
Yeah, anyway,
was
yeah.
yesterday he was saying why are people not wearing white? There was a few people who were not wearing white, and he
Okay.
said, what is Chris Roberts' view on white as they're compulsory at
Well,
Phillips Court?
Phillips, well, nearly
Phillips
close
scored,
one,
nearly.
John. Yeah, I mean, clubs have their own rules. My club at Phillips Court and Hurlingham are the only two that I can think of where white clothes are compulsory
I think
all
it was
of
a
the time.
tournament question, though.
Yes, just looking at Aston struggling with this shot. He's
Yeah, sure.
he's going to play that.
Yeah, we were
He's going to play.
intrigued by that.
He's going to play that straight, but not to the angle he wanted. I think he's had to accept that he didn't get,
That's
couldn't
not
get
bad,
right
though,
down.
is
No,
it? It's-
it's come down, but he was kneeling down or thereabouts, trying to do a sweep round the corner, see if he could get in a mix here.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, mate.
He's got a clear shot here, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got to.
He's got a nail it,
He's
hasn't
got to
he?
nail this one for 5 all, hasn't he?
Yeah,
And that
looked
does
all right.
does that with ease.
Well,
Yeah,
he looked
so-
smooth, didn't he, when he
Yeah,
did it?
it's,
There was no doubt.
there's no smashing it through with Jack. Usually he's a very smooth runner. So yeah, just very briefly, the tournament regulations do require majority white or clothing, with the exception of national colours may be worn.
Yeah.
So you've got the players here in their England strips, so they're still majority white as it happens.
Yeah.
But we've had a couple of players here from Scotland wearing their royal, I suppose it's royal blue.
There's a couple of blues, weren't
A
there?
couple of blues, and I started the first day in my Welsh red shirt, and then decided it was they're a bit big and heavy, so I decided it was comfort was more important.
Okay.
So I went back to the club one.
Where are we
Anyway,
now? We're back to the hoop.
we're on hoop 11, and we're 5 all, and it's advantage Aston. He had the first approach,
So he came off
and
his own ball,
he's
didn't
still sitting there.
he? No, he came off. No, he came off the yellow, didn't he?
Yeah, he's come off. He's come off the. Yeah, he's just.
Yeah,
he's
he
just.
just
He's
wanted
just.
to get
He's
better
just.
position.
He's just clear. He's just cleared yellow. So black's in front of the hoop. We've got red and yellow on the boundary. And
Will he go for the hoop, you think?
I don't know. I think I'd have thought he'd have trusted himself with the yellow to clear this. Looks like no, he won't go for the hoop. He's clearing the black, and he's missed it by a good way
Country
actually.
miles,
Yeah.
So yesterday.
Oh, sorry, we get the ball order wrong. Of course, here we are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
So
Well,
yeah.
I'm just putting you off, Chris. Sorry about
It's
that.
okay,
But
no.
we did yesterday. We had a couple of guys who were wearing jumpers. I think that was.
Well, that was just a comfort thing.
It was
you know,
cold, wasn't
yeah,
it? We
it
tried to-
was. It was jolly cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there
that
we
was.
go.
Yeah, that was it for colours.
It's common. There's rules, but there's also.
There's
common
rules and
sense.
there's common sense. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right. Yeah. So Aston's taken a good strong lead in this one.
Yeah.
So those 6-5 on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Clocks round.
Yeah. Should be. There's a person. Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
there it is.
Wow. We should have you here more often because it's instant when you go on and on it.
So Jack up against it now. So you can track this one back to that missed clearance at hoop 9.
Yes.
Because he was in charge of that hoop and a missed clearance. That is why we're taking we are where we are. But it's why we're taking so long and being so deliberate and careful at this level. You know, you want one clearance and you're missing the hoop. Missing gaining the hoop that you should be winning, and it's all far too costly.
That looks a nice shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's good. That. So what's he got there then?
That's
That's the blue, black over to the left.
Yeah. It's because it's on lawn 5. The cameras are further back this way.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah,
limited,
so-
limited angle.
I see. So we'd be playing the final on lawn 6, will we?
That's great. We
That's
can't
good.
have,
So
yes.
so lawn 6 for everyone that we got 11 courts here at Budleigh. Blessed we are. The final will be on the court immediately in the foreground of the one we're looking at the moment. So
And the hoops have been reset
I can they were being bashed in by
Yeah.
our
by Tim Spores.
by Tim Spores,
Who
was
was
it?
standing outside
Yes.
our window.
Oh, right.
I think he
Yeah.
wanted a shout out, so we
Well,
just shouted out.
I think we should. I mean, the volunteers here have done a marvellous job. They've got a hoop setting team who've been making sure everything's ship shape every
now,
morning.
What are you going to do? It's very good, isn't it?
I knocked out in the third 7-4. Yes, he's 3-2 up.
This is him calculating the options, isn't it? I mean, is he thinking, "I'll go for yellow and get rid of it" in that sense because it's the one that's the biggest threat to the blue, or will he get rid of red and hold position?
It's hard to tell. It looks like he's on red,
It does look like he's on red.
which is a bit of a surprise. But
And he got the peg. That would have helped him. wouldn't it?
that's a well.
That's a bonus, but it
I
means
can't,
having
he wouldn't have played for that. But that is a real bonus. He's stuck around.
Oh yeah. Well, a bonus that it came away from it as well.
Mm.
Statement of the obvious, guys. Before anyone mentions that in the chat, we're good at that.
So we're
Sorry, I'm interrupting your flow.
no, not at all. No, it's fine. Right. So Jack then. I think this is his hoop shot because blue might be this is his hoop shot because blue might be hampered for up to 13. Yeah. If it's not, I think he's got to go. He's going for the hoop anyway because if he clears blue and doesn't get the in off, then black scores. So well done, Jack. So this is all now dependent on, we need the longer view. What's Aston's backswing like on blue? It looks okay. I think it's far enough away. Yeah.
I can't remember. Did I tell you that I overheard a conversation saying that Jack's local pub up in Bolton has been live streaming
brilliant.
croquet all day yesterday.
Oh, fantastic.
So hopefully they're watching
Yes,
this now.
yeah, well,
So,
yes. Good afternoon,
yeah.
Jack's local pub locals.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers, in fact. And that's a very good first approach by Aston. That's it doesn't get much better than that, does
No.
it? Anything closer than that, and you risk being too short.
Yeah. Someone
But
can have a look.
that's really good.
He's going to groan.
Let's go and see what he's got. But Jack's got to hit that with one of these two. It looks like they're open. Looks like he's open on both. He might have hoop 5 might be in the way of this shot. It's hard to tell. We need our drone view, don't we?
We need a drone.
Yeah.
We'll just
Anyway,
content ourselves with
let's-
droning on, shall we?
Let's see
I
what
know,
we've got
bad
here.
joke.
I think he's
Serious
I don't
time. Very
he's
deep.
gone for it,
Ooh.
and that's a miss. So
Yeah, only just there, wasn't it? Really good shot. So what will Aston do? Just lay up?
Aston come in for another scoring ball. This one won't score because Jack's in clearing position for this ball, but
Ooh.
it's
Was that sort
a,
of-
it's a bit short. I can only imagine he was being very cautious there not to block his own ball, because that's the only thing
Yeah.
that can go wrong. So Jack with this shot
Or
to
was he trying to
s-
block? Because Jack's down on the far boundary.
Oh yeah, that's the
could
point.
be.
You can see where Jack is now. The camera's pulled
We
back.
can't see.
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I couldn't see
We've
where
been
he
so
was.
helpful, guys. But
Yeah, right.
We're
So Jack, if he can see this, has got to hit it to save the game.
Oh,
And
he
he got both.
Wow.
So that must have been a blocker,
Must have
and
been
he's
a
got a
blocker.
blocker. And fortunately for him, it's not done enough on blue. That still looks.
I'm glad we're so observant, Chris.
That still looks a run. Yeah. So this is
He hasn't
A-
been
As-
that comfortable with this, has he?
right. Well, there's a. I'll back him to get this. Just don't thrash it too much, Aston. Yeah, much smoother stroke.
That
Well
was good.
played. That was
Well,
that
that
was
was
good.
excellent.
And
So that was all about
Ano-
resisting
another
pressure,
6-7.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's so we'll probably have a. Of course, I'm thinking we're playing best of five. Idiot. Yes, that's it. That's the match.
No,
Yeah,
that's the
that
match.
is match
That's
point.
it, all
Sorry,
over.
everybody, coming
So
in
that
halfway
means
through.
that Stephen Mulliner, who's just
It's just gone by.
gone by, having had his lunch, will now be giving these guys a chance. I think they'll need a break, don't you think?
I think we'll. I think it'd be a,
think it's reasonable?
be a definite break for
think it's
lunch now.
reasonable. So
Definitely.
we shall
So.
see. So we'll be picking
Yes.
up something else a bit later on. We're
Yeah.
not quite sure what we're going to be doing. So
Yeah.
Well, I hope
Sure.
you're enjoying
Well-
yourself here. So you're.
We talked a little bit earlier about colours.
Yes, we did.
And there was one that I wanted to get to just before somebody says, yes, but Chris. There is another provision that in England, certainly, the whites only rule has been relaxed for
Right.
team events.
Okay.
So team colours, when you're playing a team match,
Yeah.
club against club, that kind of thing. And increasingly, clubs are finding their identity a
Yeah,
little
they are,
by
aren't
having
they? Which is
by
nice
having
to
having
see.
colours, and I think that's good. I think the debate of how do I feel about whites. I'm not big necessarily on whites, even though my club
Yeah, it does.
does, because it's the sort of club that it is. You know, they've got this kind of quintessential English backdrop thing that they're trying to create, and us and Hurlingham do that, and everybody else is rather more relaxed. But it's nice to look at. But we but
Sorry,
the-
I'm interrupting.
Oh,
To see
go on.
Stephen Mulliner charging past with a mallet.
all right.
To work out what.
He won't be playing straight away.
Can't be.
No, he'd be probably he'd be having a knock around because he hasn't played for a bit. But I think the debate on whites is it goes along the lines of are everyone in whites all the time a bit of a turn off to younger people coming and playing the sport, and I suspect they are. You know, there's a bit of a hang up to bowls, of course. Everyone wears whites, and you've got to go and get the equipment, and you know, there's a view that we should relax it, and then when people are passing by, they're not put off by that.
That's very true.
The only thing is, there are a few exceptions, but only one or two. It's pretty difficult to look untidy in white.
Yeah, that's
so
very
white
true.
does kind of make you look tidy. If you're just playing in your regular street clothes, as croquet was played in street clothes for many
that, don't
years.
you?
If you go back and look at the history books, it's I don't know, it's the last 50 years or so that whites came in. Up until then,
The director is standing over
oh,
my
the director's
shoulder.
over her shoulder. I beg your pardon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just letting you know that the final will start in approximately half an hour. We're going to give Aston time to have a break for lunch, and we'll switch cameras over to the nearest lawn. There's no other play on the nearby lawns, so we won't be broadcasting anything live for about a half an hour till we start the final.
So
Okay.
we'll wind up then.
Right,
Chris, if that's
we'll
all right. You
we'll
can have
wind up.
You can have a break.
I'm
cup
going to
of
go and
tea.
have my lunch, and then
Well,
I'm going
good.
to
Well,
play.
enjoy that.
I'm going to play. I'm not quite sure. I don't know yet because they're still playing down there.
Okay.
I'm going to play either Lars Bowman from Finland, or Oktar, whose surname
Well,
I
we
don't
look
know,
forward-
from Czechoslovakia,
we look
from
forward
the
to
Czech Republic,
referring to
in
that.
the bowl final.
Not the cup,
So,
saucer,
no,
soup,
in the-
plate.
No, in the bowl final for 9th place. So
Well, good
I'm going
luck.
to say good afternoon.
Thank you very much
and
for coming in, Chris. Nice
cheerio,
to see you.
everybody.
Right, thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much.
Indeed. Bye
Goodbye.
now. I'll see you later, guys.
So I would like to play on 5, 6, 7, 8, both test matches. Problems are with GC's players, say those two have dodgy areas on the stance, and we've got a couple of bad corners for AC. I can't really use those. 1 and 2 are substantially my lawn's a green 49 inch years, and then when I have a tournament, probably I haven't used it I'll be brown. And the great thing about making them brown once a year is the grass that's there, you've got lovely grass covering, starts to go, there isn't any water, and it starts putting down deeper roots. So it actually helps it once a year, if you can stress them once a year. Yeah, I'm not talking about leaving them brown for 3 weeks, but just a little bit of stress to them. For all we know, order. So, conversation's not going to happen.
Like this, it comes back off. It's the order of the weather as well.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. But yeah, and then go with those four. It will help with the live streaming.
Well, it will, that's right.
So you get two. Budleigh will be quick. They will golden house in Four walls, not six. You want reset on the evening day. I'm back down to the opens. I'm not coming to the top. I'm not coming to the open. Very kindly sent me an email out of the blue saying, would you like to stay? Good. Anyway, thanks for everything this week. It's been lovely. And yeah, hope to see you 2 or 3 times more. She flies out Tuesday, so she lands on Wednesday. Yeah.
Chris, can I borrow you for a second?
This also shows the power of the camera.
That my half on this can pop over home.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, you did. It was good fun.
Did a great job there.
I was a bit wobbly to start with, I know, but because I was thrown straight in.
Really great picture.
But I was getting the hang of it. What we could do is using the screen. Yes, my glasses are not really touching. Do something, whether it's an umbrella or something, to get the sun on.
Different 2 cameras than 3. With 3 we've got. Where do you think
We're just debating whether that's coming down here.
Yeah, you have to concentrate. Well, nothing.
I mean, I did wonder whether it was better there, but
Well, have you got the same angle? But you could. What about coming in more or less from here?
well,
These are both going to be on the corners, so like.
yeah.
See the front of the piece.
Are you going to play?
And that camera was fine.
Going straight to that test there.
What we, yeah, I was about to say we could always move if you don't like it. Yeah. Games.
I'm going to get that all wide up anyway. So they've got probably got about 25 minutes on that.
Oh right, I thought we were going to start at 2.
Well,
I might just change batteries.
she said
took half an hour.
Is it the best of three? They're only just coming off the court now.
Sorry?
They're only just coming off
Yeah,
the
so
court.
okay, so she's going to give them half an hour for their lunch.
I'll be taking a chair in there to say, yeah. Yes, oh yes.
No, I've taken the seat off. So
Because it's dangerous.
No.
Particularly Ewan.
exactly, no, the velocity, the strength he gets behind his shot.
And they can't move quickly enough.
When I first saw you play, play the ball forward. I went to actually stop it by foot. Yeah, exactly that. There was a huge cry. I went up. Nowhere to play. Rattle past it. Something to
Well, Chris did me once. I wasn't even. I was in a sort of an area where a barbecue was in South Africa. Off the court, Chris played. Chris Warren, Design, and two others. Careful, I'm coming towards you. So it came towards, shot into the
Yeah.
and I had a huge lump.
Oh,
there.
great, I bet, yeah.
You
That.
know, broke my leg.
But they probably, yeah, exactly that. You probably had a fracture on there as well, I imagine. They couldn't have done. But you know how close you are to the bone there. Yeah, it's funny because you come along here and when we have some new members coming along here, they're chatting on it, they walk past me, they think, fast moving broken ball,
Yeah.
and they think it's a joke. I think no, I promise you, you see the scratch players play. Do you want me to just tilt that bench over then so people don't sit there?
I think so. Would be a good idea. Unless officials are going to sit there.
Yes, if they're happy to, yeah.
Because they know what they're doing.
Well, exactly that, yeah. I imagine most people will be up at the top end anyway.
But I won't let anybody come
No,
through here.
exactly that. You can monitor who's coming through.
But the thing is, there's actually no stopwatch.
No, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that.
So turn that one round.
Yeah. That's just because where they're. Yeah. Are you okay? Where are they going to put camera 2? Have they decided?
Yeah, I think we will now. Across here. Yeah, good plan. Yeah, do that.
Yes.
Just bear in mind you've got the microphone there, so no foul language, please.
I'll warn the crowd.
Yeah.
I'll come this side of it so I don't have to go under the thing.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, I'll put that there.
Adrian, this might not be such a bright idea.
Because the ball might go in there.
No, because the flags will flutter and you'll pick up the sound. Unless
I
you got
don't really think we need them. I think people aren't really going to.
no,
No one's going to go in there unless it's the ball, is it? I'll probably just take them down now.
yeah.
Don't worry about them. Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, somewhere on there. One man, that one, and no, somebody else.
Yeah, it's all done. Yeah, yeah.
Earlier presentations taking place. If you want to go and, take part of it.